this lesson, I am going to teach you about solving equations transformable to quadratic equations. So, di ba, in getting the quadratic roots, dapat yung given all the time is quadratic equations. But then again, there are some equations na we can transform into quadratic equations and actually get their quadratic roots. So in this lesson, I am going to teach you how to transform such equations into quadratic equations. So, di ba, ang roots ng quadratic equations ay tinatawag na quadratic roots, of course. Pero sa mga equations na tintransform lang natin into quadratic equations, ang tawag po sa roots nila ay, you need to remember this term, extraneous roots. Okay? So, ma'am, bakit po hindi na lang din quadratic roots yung tawag? Kasi, first hand, hindi naman po sila quadratic equations. So, quadratic roots yung tawag pag quadratic equations yung given. Okay? Pero kapag equation lang na tinransform mo into quadratic equations, ang tawag po sa roots nila ay extraneous roots. Kung bakit extraneous roots, I have no idea. Kung bakit extraneous yung pinalit na term sa quadratic. I have no idea. It is based on, I think, yeah, based on the idea of the mathematicians who proposed this lesson, I think. So, yes. Extraneous roots. Siguro kasi extra roots, ganun. I'm not sure. So, now I am going to teach you how to transform these equations into quadratic equations and how to actually get the extraneous roots of these equations. So first, let's say we have this equation. Let's say we have 6 times quantity x minus 3 is equal to x times quantity x plus 2. As you can see here, wala ka naman nakikitang exponent na 2, diba? This is actually an example of a linear equation kasi ang highest degree lang dito ay 1. So, linear equation lang to. But then again, if you will see, given like this, we can actually transform this into quadratic equation. How po, ma? So, by actually distributing these terms to their corresponding binomials. So let's try to distribute them and let's see if we can actually transform this equation into quadratic equation. So we will transform first on the left side of the equation. We will distribute 6 to each term in the binomial. Okay? So we will have 6 sorry. Yeah. So, we will now have 6x. Bakit po naging ganon? 6 times x is 6x. 6 times negative 3, that is negative 18. Okay, na-distribute na natin. Is equal to, then distribute natin si x sa bawat term sa binomial. So, x times x, the answer is x squared. X times 2, the answer is positive or plus 2x. So now, ayan. So nagkaroon siya ng 2 as the highest degree. So we can actually transform this into a quadratic equation pala. Okay? By distribution method. So now, as you can see, here, ang gagawin na lang natin sa kanya is gagawin natin siya standard form of quadratic equation. Ano po ba yung standard form of quadratic equation? So, ito po yung standard form ng quadratic equation. As much as possible po, positive si quadratic term, okay? So, ang mag-a-adjust po is yung linear term and yung constant term. So, ang itatranspose po natin dito is positive na si quadratic term, so di natin iaalis siya dyan. Transpose natin si negative 18 and si 6x to the right side of the equation. Okay, so in this part, magiging na siyang 0. Wala nang term. So magiging x squared plus 2x 6x will become negative 6x kasi nag-transpose tayo. Negative 18 will become positive 18. Okay? Now, we will combine similar terms like this. Si 2x tsaka si negative 6x, pwede natin silang ipag-combine kasi they are similar terms. Pareho sila ng variables. Okay? So, 0 is equal to x squared. 2x minus 6x, that is negative 4x plus 18. Ma'am, parang ang weird po naman. Parang hindi naman nakasunod sa standard form. So, if this is the case, i-apply po natin yung symmetric property of equality. Kasi itong equation na to, equal din siya sa ganitong equation. Ayan, they are similar. So, in-apply natin yung you need to take note of that. Now, symmetric property of equality. Meaning, kahit na sinong mauna or papagbaliktarin mo yung position, same pa din naman ng value, yung equation, yung buong equation. Therefore, ang equation na ito, na hindi naman quadratic equation, ay equal pala dito sa x squared minus 4x plus 18 equals 0. So, in your module, hindi ko pinakita dyan kung paano nakuha yung extraneous roots. Ngayon, ipapakita natin using this quadratic equation. So, magbabago na, of course, yung given natin. Pag kinuha natin yung extraneous roots, dapat quadratic equation na yung given natin. So, ayan na. This is given number 1. Okay? And then, in getting the extraneous roots, parang kapag kumuha lang tayo ng quadratic roots, we can either use extracting square roots, factoring, completing the square, and the quadratic formula. So, in this case po, ang ginamit ko dyan sa module nyo is yung quadratic formula kasi most of the time sa mga ganitong lesson, na-apply kasi yung quadratic formula and factoring. Yun yung pinaka nagagamit. Okay? So in this particular problem, I use quadratic formula kasi hindi ko na pinakita kung paano na-solve dyan kasi masyado nang mahaba. So A is equal to 1. Naka-standard form siya, so we can just simply list the values of the variables. 18. And we will use this quadratic formula. If nakalimutan nyo na, I'm going to write the formula. So, yan po yung gagamitin natin for us to get the extraneous roots. So, this will be our solution. I'm going to substitute these values in the formula. So, negative times the quantity. The value of your B is negative 4. Okay? Positive, negative, square root of negative 4 squared minus 4. Ayan. All over 2 times 1. And then, we need to simplify them. Simplify natin. Negative times negative 4, the answer is 4. Positive, negative, square root of negative 4 squared, that is 16. Minus 4 times 1 times 18. 72 if I'm not mistaken. Let's check using our calculators. I'm literally solving right now. So we have 4 times 18. Yeah, the answer is 72. All over 2 times 1, that is 2. So I'm going to continue the solution here. So, for positive, negative square root of 16 minus 72, the answer is negative 56 all over 2. So, stop, wait a minute. So, nakita nyo, di ba? Naging ganito yung solution natin. Square root of a negative number. Kapag nakakita kayo agad ng square root of a negative number, therefore, stop solving it and write that there are no real roots. Diba? Ganito sinabi ko sa inyo last time nung kumukuha tayo ng quadratic roots. If the solution will become like this, na kukuha kayo ng square root ng negative number, that is impossible, no? Because the square root of a negative number is an imaginary number. Or wala pong ganyang number sa list ng mga kung ano mang number sa mathematics, no? This is just an imaginary number. Therefore, you can just assume that there are no real roots in this quadratic equation. So, kung tatanungin ka kung ano yung extraneous roots ng given number 1, there are no real roots. Okay? Or there are no real extraneous roots of this equation. So, yun lang. Hindi ko na kasi pinakita dyan sa module nyo, kabud ko na lang siyang sinulat. Kasi we already learned how to get the quadratic roots or how to apply the four methods, di ba? In quadratic equations. And then, let's say we have another example. Example number 2. So, first we will transform this into a quadratic equation. And then right after that, we will get the extraneous roots using either of the four methods, okay? So, x minus 2 all over 24. Now, here, iba siya sa given natin kanina. Kapag nakakita kayo ng given na katulad nito, all you need to remember is that you need to cross-multiply, okay? Hindi ko na kayo papahanapin yung LCD. Mamaya yung LCD. Pag nakakita kayo ng ganitong given, automatically, you need to do cross-multiplication. Kanina, kapag nakakita kayo ng given na nasa ganong format, ang gagamitin po nyo ay distribution method or distributive method. Okay? Dito is cross-multiplication. Okay? So, ang mangyayari po dito, magiging siyang 1 times 24. Okay? Is equal to x times quantity x minus 2. So, 1 times 24, the answer is 24. X here, we need to distribute x, okay, to each term of the binomial. So, x times x, the answer is x squared. X times negative 2, the answer is negative 2x. Now, here, ayan, meron na siyang degree na 2. So, therefore, we can actually transform this into a quadratic equation. Kailangan na lang natin siyang maging standard form. As much as possible, positive si quadratic term. So, ang mag-a-adjust po yung linear and yung constant term. Okay? So, transpose natin si 24 on the right side of the equation. So, magiging 0 is equal to x squared minus 2x. 24 will become negative. Yeah. And then here, parang pangit pakinggan, hindi katulad ng standard. Pangit makita, pakinggan tuloy. Pangit makita, hindi katulad ng standard form. If the solution will become like this, you will just apply the symmetric property of equality. So you can just rewrite this as x squared minus 2x minus 24 is equal to 0. Kasi they are the same. Okay? Same lang sila. So therefore, ito na yung quadratic equation na we will use in getting the extraneous roots. Okay na tayo doon. So I'm going to delete this and I'm going to move this part. Now, here, in getting the extraneous roots, of course, like what I said earlier, you can use either of the four methods, but here, I use the quadratic formula. It is very convenient kasi lahat kayang isolve ng quadratic formula. And most of the time, sa mga ganitong lesson or problem, quadratic formula yung ginagamit or factoring. So here, A is 1, B is negative 2, C is negative 24. So the quadratic formula is this. Ulit-ulit po, pero we need to remember this formula. Okay, so I'm just going to substitute everything to the quadratic formula. So negative, yan. Sundan na lang po, no? Paulit-ulit lang naman to. Minus 4, quantity 1, negative 24. All over 2a. Okay? Then the next solution, simplify natin. This will be 2 positive negative. Negative 2 squared, that is 4. Negative 4 times 1, negative 4. Negative 4 times 24. 4 times 24. The answer is positive 96. Bakit po naging positive 96 yan? So here, negative 4 times 1, the answer is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 24. That will become positive, okay? Positive 96 all over 2 times 1, the answer is 2. So I'm going to continue the solution here. And then we will have 2 positive negative 4 plus 96, that is 100 all over 2. Then the solution will become 2 positive negative, the square root of 100 is 10 over 2. So I'm just going to delete this part of the solution para magkaroon tayo ng space. So yan na yung solution natin, di ba? So I'm just continuing the solution here. So dito, ang mangyayari, we will separate the signs, okay? Para may dalawa tayong roots. Dalawang roots ang kailangan natin. So 2 plus 10 over 2 and 2 minus 10 over 2. So 2 plus 10, that is 12 over 2 and, over 2 over 2 and 2 minus 10, this is negative 8 over 2. So we can simplify 12 over 2. No, this expression can be simplified as 6, diba? So this can be written simply as, burahin ko siya ha. So 12 over 2 can be simply written as, ayan na naman, 12 na naman yung nalagay ko, sorry. 2 can be written simply as 6, diba? 12 divided by 2, that is 6. And then negative 8 over 2, this is simply negative 4. Therefore, if we will list the extraneous roots of this, so we need to remember 6 and negative 4, 6 and negative 4, 6 and negative 4. So the extraneous roots are in sets pa din po natin isasulat, no? This is 6 and negative 4. Yan yung extraneous roots ng given number 2 natin. How about the last given? So there are 3 formats kasi ng equations na we can transform. So natapos na natin yung first 2 formats and then this is the last format. So pag nakakita kayo ng ganitong problem, 3 over x, let's say, plus 1 equals 2x. So, kanina, walang operation, di ba? Yung example number 2, walang operation. Kabud na lang dalawang expression sa pagitan ng equal sign. Dito, tatlong terms na, tapos mayroong operational symbol. So, how do we able to transform this into quadratic equation? First po, kapag po ganito yung given, rational algebraic expression kasi to, kailangan may denominator po silang lahat. Okay? So, doon sa mga terms na walang denominator, we can assign denominators. So, according to Ma'am Noemi, kapag walang denominators ang isang term or ang isang number, ang isang variable, ano yung denominator niya? Of course, the invisible one. So, si 1, lalagyan natin ng denominator. It will become 1 over 1. 2x will become 2x over 1 then. So now that they all have the denominator, we will find the LCD of the denominator. So ano po ba yung LCD? Least common multiples ng numbers, I believe you already know how to get that. No? Pero pag variable, ang least common multiple po ng variable, let's say, anong least common multiple ng x squared then x to the 4th? Ang LCM po niyan, tingin lang po kayo dun sa pinakamataas na exponent. Okay? X to the 4th. Kapag same sila ng base, ganyan. Pero paano po ma'am kapag magkaiba ng variable yung given? Paano namin kukunin yung LCM nun? So, ganito yung mangyayari kapag let's say ang given na variable ay x squared, y, and xz, bawa yan. So, we can get the LCM of x's, di ba? Same kasi sila. So, LCM nga ay x squared. Ma'am, paano si y and si z? Paano namin kukunin yung LCM? No, you will just include that. Okay? Pagkasamahin niyo lang sila. Okay? Pag same ng base yung variable, you will look for the exponent, for the highest exponent. Okay? Pero kapag different variables, you can just combine them. And that will be the LCM. So, dito po, sa given natin, ano kaya LCM na to? No? So, I'm going to move the given kasi medyo mahaba yung mangyayari dito. We will form a new fraction or a new rational algebraic expression. Kasi just like when we solve dissimilar fractions, di ba? Hahanapin natin yung LCD and then we will form a new fraction. Dito din, hahanap tayo ng bagong fraction. So dito, ang LCD po ay x. Okay? Hindi ko na ilalagay yung 1x. No, yung 1 invisible na yan. So, ang LCD po ay 1. Ay x pala. 1x tuloy. Hindi na nga sabi ilalagay yung 1. Okay? So, sulat tayo ng tatlong fraction bar. Gagayahin lang natin sila. Yung example. Okay? We will form new set of rational algebraic expression kasi. So, ang LCD po niya ay x. Okay? So, ang mangyayari po dyan, kung gusto nyo itong makita ng malinaw, gagawin ko isa-isa, okay? Si 3 over x, papalitan natin ng bagong fraction na may denominator na x. Okay? Kasi yun yung LCD. Paano naman namin makukuha yung numerator? So, ganito yung mangyayari. Yung LCD, i-divide natin siya sa original na denominator ng given. So, x divided by x, that is 1. Okay? X divided by x times, that is 1. Times 3. 1 times 3, the answer is 3. So, ang numerator nitong una ay 3. So, di siya nagbago. How about yung 1 over 1 po, ma'am? So, ganito. 1 over 1, gagawin natin siyang bagong fraction na may denominator na x. So, divide natin. X divided by 1, that is x. Okay? Times 1. X times 1, that is x. So, imbis na 1 over 1 yung gagamitin natin is x over x. X over x. Okay? And then, the last one is 2x over 1. So, we will form a new fraction na may denominator na x. So, x divided by 1, that is x, times 2x. X times 2x, that is 2x squared, di ba? X times 2x, 2x squared. Okay? So, I hope you remember how to multiply expressions. I'm not going to review you about that. So, yun na ngayon yung bago. So, I'm just going to erase this kasi pinakita ko lang kung paano yun nangyari. Ayan na ngayon yung bagong set of rational algebraic expressions natin. But then again, ang gagamitin lang po natin dyan is yung numerator na part. Okay? We will disregard the denominator. So, kung ita-transform natin to into a quadratic equation, ito lang gagamitin natin. Si 3 plus x equals 2x squared. So, wala lang silbi talaga yung ginawa natin kanina. Pero may silbi talaga siya. Sorry. May silbi siya, okay? Yung denominator lang ginawa. So, I'm just going to move this. Ayan. So, ngayon, pwede na natin itong i-form into a standard form of quadratic equation. We will move x and 3 on the right side of the equation. Kasi nga, kailangan positive yung quadratic term always. So, 0 na to equals 2x squared. This will become negative x, okay? Same as 3 minus 3. And then, apply symmetric property of equality. So this is equal to 2x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0. So, ito na po yung gagamitin nating equation to find the extraneous roots of given number 3. Ayan, naka-standard form na siya. So, now, here, katulad na sinabi ni Ma'am Noemi kanina, I applied or I use quadratic formula sa lahat. Okay? Pero, try factoring and completing the square din kung saan kayo mas comfortable. Kasi, in using this form method, you will just come up with the same answer. Kahit anong gamitin nyo, you will just come up with the same answer. So, A is 2, B is negative 1, C is negative 3. I'm going to use the quadratic formula in getting the extraneous roots. Okay? I'm just using the quadratic formula kasi ma-sure dito. Sure na may makukuha akong sagot. Okay? Pero if pwede yung factoring, use factoring. Kung pwede yung completing the square, use completing the square. Kung pwede yung extracting square roots, use extracting square roots. Kung saan kayo comfortable. No? Gusto ko lang quadratic formula kasi sure na to, may makukuha akong answer dyan. Always. Kasi lahat naman kayang masolve ng quadratic formula. So I'm just going to substitute every values of the variables in the quadratic formula. So negative 1, positive negative, square root of negative 1 squared minus 4. Yan. All over 2 times 2. Okay? Now, here, I'm going to simplify everything. Negative 1 times negative times negative 1, the answer is 1. Positive negative. Negative 1 squared is 1. Okay? Negative 4 times 2, the answer is negative 3. I'm so sorry. Grabe na sa stress na ako. Negative 4 times 2, the answer is negative 8. Okay? Times negative 3, the answer is positive 24. I'm so sorry po. All over 2 times 2, the answer is 4. So here, 1, positive, negative. Ba't ba nag-quadratic formula si ma'am? Ang haba. So 1 plus 24, that is 25, all over 4. Let's simplify 1, positive, negative. The square root of 25 is 5 over 4. Ayan. I'm going to delete this part no, para madayang space. And I'm going to move this here. Ayan. I'm going to continue the solution here, no? So, for us to be able to find the extraneous roots, paghiwalayin po natin yung sign, okay? Kasi we need 2 roots. 1 plus 5 over 4, and the other one is 1 minus 5 over 4. So, 1 plus 5, the answer is 6 over 4, or can be written simply as 3 over 2. Paano po nangyari yun, ma'am? Sinimplify lang po ni ma'am. Dinivide lang po sa GCF nila na 2. Okay? And then, we have 1 minus 5. The answer is negative 4 over 4, or simply negative 1. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. Therefore, the extraneous roots of given number 3 is, I'm going to write in using sets, okay? 3 over 2 and negative 1. So that's how you transform equations into quadratic equations and find their extraneous roots. So I'm just going to limit the given in that 3 formats. So, ganyang format ng equation lang yung makikita nyo during exams. Kasi I know there are a lot of equations that are transformable into quadratic equations. But some equations, it's very, very hard to, to teach and to learn. Kaya hindi ko na sila sinama. Yung may mga rational na exponent, yan, hindi ko na siya sinama. And most of the time kasi sa problem solving po, ang given lang ay ang tatlong format na yan. Kaya, we can just disregard the other formats and focus on these 3 important 4 months. So I hope you learn a lot in this lesson.